Wow, we have a lot of activity, a lot of people chatting and stuff. That's great. But we're going to get underway. And welcome and wake to the morning light. Wake to the beauty of God, shining within and without. Wake to the sun in the sky, the love dancing in your eyes. Wake to the beauty of life, shining within and without. Wake to the clouds in the sky, and the love dancing in your eyes. Wake to the truth, wake to the light, wake to yourself in the morning light. Wake to yourself, you are the light. Wake to yourself in the morning light. Wake to the beauty of peace, shining within and without. Wake to the blue of the sky, and love dancing in your eyes. Wake to the truth, wake to the light, wake to yourself in the morning light. Wake to the truth that you are the light. Wake to yourself in the morning light. Wake to yourself in the morning light. Wake to all of us in the morning light. Welcome everyone to Unity. Welcome. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle. I welcome you to Unity of Sarasota, where something beautiful is always happening. I see that we had a huge celebration last week for Easter, and I see that I warn you all out. Some people are home in their jammies, you can only take so much good, right? Wow, good to see all of you, though, with all of your energy joining with ours. It's wonderful to have you here. Unity of Sarasota is a beacon of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. This is who we are individually, which is what enables us to be that as a community. And so each of us is that light, is that love, that is a beacon that shines out and inspires others to find that beacon within themselves as well. So thank you for being the beacon that you are, for being the light, the love that you are. We are an inclusive spiritual community that embraces empowering and life-affirming practical spirituality for richer living right here, right now in our lives. And we join with our Unity movement worldwide in creating a world that works for all. Currently, I'm going to take a guess at this, but I'm pretty clear that the world's not working for all right at the moment. So that would mean that at the human level of experience, we have some work to do. And I would say that the best way we can do that work to create a world that works for all is to tap into the spirit within us and all around us, and to remind ourselves that we're not only human beings, we are spiritual beings. And so let's tap into that spiritual being, and let's create a world that works for all in our human experience. Are you with me? That's what I'm talking about, right there. That's what I'm talking about. There's the Spirit speaking up. Yes, 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 indeed. I really want to live in that world, you guys. I mean, seriously, I'm not joking around. I really would like to live in that world. And my 25th birthday was a long time ago. So we need to get busy. Get busy and create that world, all right? Deal? Yeah. Deal. Okay, good. Excellent. I want to, at this time, welcome anyone who is a guest or a newcomer, someone here for the first time. If you would be so kind as to stand and remain standing for just a moment, we'd like to find out where people visit us from. Great. We also have a gift for you. Yay. We have a gift for you as well. It's a shell necklace indicative of the gorgeous, beautiful beaches we have here in Florida. Each shell represents the love that you are individually, and when we string those shells together into a necklace, we create a community of love. And so I'm going to start right over here in the gray. Where are you visiting us from? Excellent. From Kona, Hawaii, and now Sarasota. Welcome. Welcome home. And I assume you're Shirley, and you're from Hawaii as well. Excellent. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. That's wonderful. And how about here? New York. All right. Welcome. And how about here? From New York City. All right. Or as they say on that salsa commercial, New York City. All right. Welcome. Glad to have you here. How about in the white shirt? Where are you visiting us from? Yes. Dottie. New York. Wow. The whole New York contingency over there. There you go. Thank you so much for being here. Here we go. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yay, welcome. Welcome to the sun. All right, I think I got everybody. Wonderful. You don't have to stand for the whole service. You may sit down. You were also handed a welcome packet. Within that packet is some great information about Unity. And on the back is a welcome card, and we'd love it if you'd fill that out and put it in the offering plate or take it into Fellowship Hall to the red umbrella welcome table. Scott, I'm going to have you stand up and actually come on up here. Scott happens to be our new board president. So this is Scott Thompson. Where's Peg? There's Peg. And Peg is our outgoing board president. She remains on the board, but she's relinquishing the reins of the presidency with glee, I believe. And we want to thank you for your service. Thank you so much. And Scott just has a few words he'd like to say as the new president of the board.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you for stepping up in service. We appreciate it.
Well, hi. I'm honored to be your president. And I'm very excited about the year to come. Big things are happening here at Unity, and we're all going to be a part of it together. There's something happening, and it's tangible, and we can feel it. And it's so nice for us all to be here together. And everybody rowing the oar is going to make a huge difference. I also wanted to thank Peg for her amazing work and dedication and service this past year. Thank you, Peg Beck.
Great.
And nothing happens around here without Reverend Susie. So, Reverend Susie, I would like to take just a moment, and I'd like to, thank you, Peg.
Microphone.
Thanks. Reverend Susie, thank you for guiding us through COVID safe and sound. thank you for spearheading the fabulous renovation of our beautiful new sanctuary. Thank you for Wednesday night music and inspiration. Thank you for being a stand for all of us. And this church wouldn't be what it is without you. You may know, Susie has 4 full years of service now, beginning the 5th. And she is my, and I think your beacon of light and love. And we're so grateful to you. As president of the board and for the Board of Trustees, I'd like to present you this card and our total appreciation for who you are and what you've done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I didn't see that coming.
But wait, there's more.
There is?
There's more, everybody, and what are we going to say? Surprise! Reverend Susie, we would like to invite you as our guest of honor to a special award, catered lunch, and celebration for you immediately following service in the hall. And everybody's invited. Come on down and celebrate with us and honor Reverend Susie.
Thank you very much. Wow. You got me. I did not see that coming. Wow. Although Lisa, who's known me for probably 30 years, will tell you I'm probably the easiest person to fool and surprise. I could have walked in on everything and still wouldn't have known what was going on. It's interesting. I'm pretty tuned in to a lot of things, but there are certain things I am clueless about, and this was one of them. So thank you all very much for the acknowledgement and the recognition. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Party, party. Now I'm discombobulated. I'm got to remember where I am. What am I doing? We don't know. Okay. I want to report back to you. You may notice, those of you who have been with us for the last several weeks or you've watched online, this stage was filled with stuffed bunnies and other stuffed toys, as were the windowsills. Wow, I'm missing my friends. I didn't realize I would be so affected by them hopping off and becoming real. I guess you parents probably go through that, right? When your kids go, yeah, I have not experienced that. So all the bunnies became real on Easter Sunday, and they've hopped off into the arms of children who need love, and I didn't realize I would miss them so much. I want to report to you that we managed over this series about the Velveteen Rabbit and about becoming real, 212 stuffed bunnies and various other bunnies. And those have been given to the Sheriff's Department to take on domestic calls with them that involve children. And so hopefully they're hoping to get some pictures when that happens so that we'll see the kids loving up the bunnies and being loved. So thank you all for participating in that this whole time. It really was a tremendous success and a really wonderful, heart-filling experience, I think, for all of us. So thank you so much for that. Next, we've got another really cool experience coming up, the 30th of this month, so that's next Saturday. Music of the Plants at the Labyrinth. And so there will be Beverly Templeton, who does the Gong in the Garden meditations, will be facilitating that. That's on Saturday, 10 to 11:30. Love offering suggested of $15 to $20. Most of that comes back to the church. So please partake of it. It's really a very wonderful experience in nature and with music, a very spiritual experience. So check that out. Also, Reverend Matthew, stand up, please. Reverend Matthew will be doing a unity class. It starts on May 2nd, and actually there are two of them. It's the same class, but some are on Monday nights, and the other one is on Thursday afternoons, and you can go back and forth between them if you need to. There are flyers in the fellowship hall. Please grab a flyer, look at the newsletter, look at the website, talk to Reverend Matthew. This will be about the basics of unity. So those of you who know about unity, you can do a refresher, and those of you who say, what the heck is all this stuff they're talking about? You'll find out. So Reverend Matthew, please sign up for his class. I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you. And we are starting on the first Wednesdays of the month for our Wednesday evening music and inspiration service. It will now be a peace prayer vigil with music. And all of the offerings on that first Wednesday evening will go to Ukraine. And the charity that we have chosen, which is very, very effective one, is the World Central Kitchen. So they are feeding refugees and folks in Ukraine. So please come and participate in that and give generously. Thank you. Also, we've got an opportunity. It is World Labyrinth Day on May 7th, Saturday, May 7th. We will be participating with our labyrinth, and we are collaborating with Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. 1 o'clock, Peace Walk at the Labyrinth. Please come, and that will help us to create a world that works for all. And also on the 7th, Mindy Simmons, who was at one time a music director here and has done music here, done music all over Sarasota, is a very well-known musician and an activist in the best sense of the word. We are hosting a celebration of life and music here on the 7th at 4 o'clock, May 7th at 4 o'clock, open to everyone. So please come and honor her legacy, if you will. Next, Jerry, why don't you stand up for a second? Jerry Stricker and his group, the Florida Veterans for Common Sense, meet here on the second Mondays at 6 p.m. in Fellowship Hall, and all veterans are welcome. He wanted to make sure that I let you know that. If you're a veteran, please come. Thank you. Wow. Cool. So basically, it's open to everybody, and you can find out. This is a good group of guys, by the way. Not only did they give their service, but they continue to give it with their consciousness. And I know that one of the things they hold out for is peace. No better peacenik than a soldier, right? Also, we are hosting Lifeline screening, where you get 5 important tests done for a very, very good price. We're simply hosting it here on May 13th from 8 to 4. There are flyers in the lobby, flyers in the fellowship hall. Take one with you, and if you're interested in that, register. It's a good thing to do. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. And I will be doing a new member class on Sunday, May 15th and 22nd from noon to 1:30. So it'll be immediately after service. So if you're interested in becoming a member of Unity of Sarasota, please join me. It's actually a pretty fun class, I'm told. I've been having a good time teaching it, and the people seem to be, no one ran screaming. So I think we're good. And I think we had like 12 or 13 new members last time. So check it out. If you happen to have been a member at another Unity church for how do I say this? For the last year, I don't know how to say it. For the last year or more, right? I don't know why that's tripping me up. Then you don't have to come to the first class because it's about unity in general. But do come to the second class because the second class is specifically about Unity of Sarasota. So if you'd like to join us here, that would be great. We'd love to have you. And finally, I want to thank the Building and Grounds volunteer team. They were here yesterday and did lots of cleanup on the grounds, and I would like to ask those people who have participated either yesterday or at any time, please stand and be honored. And I'm going to bring Julie Donnelly up here. She's been dedicated on that team for a very long time. as well as lots of other things. And so the real reason I'm bringing you up here, Julie, is because you are our volunteer of the month.
Oh, how nice.
And I have for you, I've been practicing this because people told me I did this wrong before. We have a pin, P-I-N, for you that says that you're a fabulous volunteer. There you go. Isn't that lovely? Okay. And we also have this very special, gorgeous, just hot off the presses here, pen, P-E-N. We have a pin and a pen. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a beautiful green like our chairs with rose gold and says who we are and where we are and what we're up to. So I expect you to write brilliant things, spiritual things with this
I will definitely.
pen.
Hold on, I just tried to put this on, but that.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah.
Okay. So she can yank a tree out with bare hands, but she can't get one of these little pins on. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
And your pen.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do, Julie. She runs our camera. She makes our copy. She tears up the weeds. She's a, you name it, she does it. Volunteer extraordinaire. Rob,
Yes, what time to sing it?
I'm going to volunteer you to lead us in the Unity song.
Let's stand and sing if you want. Every prayer is answered. Every prayer is heard. Every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel is already here, is already real. There is no out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity.
You guys sound great. So let's move into prayer. And I'll invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, create a soft focus, perhaps on the flame of the candle or on these gorgeous grounds that our wonderful building and grounds team keeps so beautiful for us. Take a deep breath and allow that breath to take you to the center of your being, that place where Father, Mother, God, Spirit resides. And then breathe out fully. know that our breathing in deeply and exhaling fully is simply a reminder of the truth that exists always, that we are always in the divine flow, the divine circulation of the goodness of God. We are an expression of that goodness, each one individually and all of us collectively. And so once again, a deep breath in, knowing that that is the in-breath, the inspiration of spirit. And as we breathe out and share that inspiration with others. And continue breathing in deeply and exhaling fully, knowing that with each breath in, we breathe in the experience of Father, Mother, God, Spirit. And with each full exhale, we breathe out our individualized expression of the One. Speaking of breath, we want to keep our own Reverend Robin in our prayers and to welcome her back this day. She's been gone for 3 weeks. And her breathing at the human level of experience is a bit challenging. And so we surround her in prayer, knowing that the breath of God is breathing her, is healing her, is returning her to the wholeness that is the truth of her being. And we send that same prayer out to anyone who is experiencing any kind of dis-ease or discomfort, that truly the breath of God, the breath of Spirit, fills them, so that they then are blessed by that breath of Spirit. And that as they then breathe, they become the blessing, sharing that blessing with all whom they meet. Knowing that each one of us, no matter what we may be experiencing at the human level, that each one of us spiritually is complete, perfect, and whole. We are a creation of the One, expressing as many. In all of our diversity, we remain one in the unity of all creation. And this is the truth we lean into. We allow to move in and through and as us. And so I am grateful for remembering this truth, and most importantly, for being willing to live in, through, and as that truth in all that I am, think, say, and do. And as this is true for me, I know it is true for each one. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen. Let's say our statement of being together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, who is perfect life, perfect intelligence, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am an individualized expression of God. You are an individualized expression of God. We are individualized expressions of God.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are. We are the ones. We are. I've been feeling like I can't make a difference. I'm feeling that I ain't no use. Feeling tired and a little unconscious, coming up with every kind of excuse. But I realize it's not all up to me. When we join together, we shape our destiny to see the world we're can be, shall be, will be done. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are the ones, we are. No one else gonna make the changes. No savior gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but to wake up. 'Cause it's really you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine, and we will save the world we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there ain't no doubt. Woo! We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. I am the one that will change the world. We are the ones, we are. Oh, we are. I am the one that we're changing for. I am the one who will make a difference. I am the one who will change the world. I am the one. I am. Say it. I am. Yeah, you are. I am the one. I am. I am. I am the one. I am. I am. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are. We are the ones. Sing it. That's right.
That you wish to see in the world. I'm putting you all to work this day from the get-go. We got work to do, people. As is our custom, I'm going to ask you to recite our core value affirmation together. We live authentically with integrity, congruence, and trust in alignment with our beliefs and values. We walk our talk. So last week, Easter was a reminder to rise up and to be our authentic and real self, just like the little Velveteen Rabbit. Get real. And so we all became real on Easter Sunday, along with all those little stuffed bunnies who hopped off. I mean, look, they're gone. They hopped off, guys. I told you they'd become real. And so we resurrected hope last week. To resurrect means to rise up and to lead with our real selves. Hope comes from the old German that Rose, you'll know this, comes from the old German that means to hop, just like those bunnies, to hop into a space of safety, space of sacredness. And the truth is that we can choose to resurrect hope, but we can do more than that. We can choose to move beyond hope into faith in the possibility and the peace that is a world that works for all. So embrace the hope, but embody the faith. We can create a world that works for all. I really believe it. I really do believe it. Each one of us does our own little part, and that all comes together. You know, I'm going to get some of these statistics wrong because I don't do math in my head very well. But you know, you've all at least seen the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Pictures of it at least if you've not been on it. And you know, it's suspended with these big old cables, big old cables, probably bigger than what I'm saying. But within that big old cable system that suspends that bridge are little wee tiny things that get all put together and enable that bridge to stand and have all that traffic and everything on it. So it's the same thing with us, that if we come together with our individuality and we create the strength like those gigantic cables, we all come together and we can create a world that works. Can any one of us do that? Probably not. I'm pretty sure. I've been trying and it hasn't worked. So when we all come together, we create that strength and we're able to create a world that works for all. Individually, we can do so much. Together and in partnership with God, all things are possible. Whatever we can conceive within us, we can help to create on the outside of us. Anais Nin wrote, "Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. And I will tell you that it takes courage to rise up and to be real and to lead with bold intentions and powerful outcomes. Yes, it takes courage." Who did I just see? I just saw, oh yeah, it was in Broadway in Black. I knew I'd just seen The Cowardly Lion. The Cowardly Lion asked for courage and he got courage. Right? Courage. And we can all have it too. The courage to rise up, to be real, to be bold in our creativity, to be bold in our intentions. Do not play small. Live large. It is by our consciousness that we create heaven on earth, or the other choice is hell on earth. Personally, I'm voting for heaven. If any of you are voting for the other one, please see me after the service. I will disabuse you of that. You know, we are, each one and all one, we are world makers. The world reflects what is within us. James Allen wrote, "Man is made or unmade by himself. As a being of power, intelligence, and love, and Lord of his own thoughts, he holds the key to every situation." When we use a spiritual foundation and spiritual practices to bolster us, to come from the inside out, then we are co-creating, we are in collaboration, we are in partnership with Spirit. Of myself I can do nothing. With God all things are possible. And God is our partner in everything if we simply allow and invite it. Through our thinking, through our feeling, through our belief, through our consciousness, through our practice, through the way we live and conduct ourselves. As above, so below. As within, so without. It's a really simple formula. Is it easy to accomplish? Not always. But it's simple. Even I can do it in my head. As above, so below. As within, so without. Pretty simple. Heaven on earth is a choice that we make by how we focus our intentions and attention. And too often, for many of us, our attention gets diverted and we get seduced into buying into the TV news drama and trauma and doom. Ain't it awful? And what that does, we lose our power. We go unconscious and we begin to live in the world of the TV news instead of in the world of possibility of our own creation. Right? Am I right? Yeah. Tell them, Robin. You know, if we ingest too many of the toxins of the news and TV and politics and social media, then we often suffer with despair and depression, and regrets about a past that's already taken place, and worries about a future that hasn't arrived yet. We still have time in the present moment to create a future we actually want to experience. We have the power to do that. As within, so without. I am a minister who does not believe in not listening to the news, politics, or social media. I do pay attention to those things. And the reason is, and I've told you this before, the reason is because that's where I get my prayer requests from. The news headlines are often prayer requests to create a world that works. So if you're in a quandary as to what to be in prayer for, watch the news and pray for the opposite. The light of the opposite of the present darkness. It's absolutely possible. It doesn't require a minister to do it. It simply requires consciousness, intention, attention. And in order to accomplish all of that, we must be mindful and centered and spiritually fit to make a positive difference. What that means is that we have to monitor our own thinking and our own words, because our thinking and our words are creative. They create. We are cause. And so sometimes we must shift and course correct some of our thoughts and words. We need to move from being a powerless victim to being an authentic, powerful choice maker. How we choose to see the world literally creates the world that we experience. Seeing is not believing, believing is seeing. If we believe that we can create a world that works for all, guess what? We can and we will. Seems like a good project to me. How we see the world creates our experience of the world. As within, so without. Walter Starkey teaches us this. Our world is in crisis because of our perception. How we see the world creates the world in which we live. Ultimately, it's about each one of us taking responsibility for being the presence of God. Each one of us must take the responsibility for being the presence of God. That's your call. That's why you're here, to be the presence. Own that. Own that. Be that. You know, too much of our collective consciousness is stuck in the lowest possible human condition. And too many folks have sort of this mass tendency to believe that's the only reality available to us, and it's not. Too many mistakenly believe that it's our only option to lack, limitation, doubt, fear, terror, ugliness, cruelty. That is not our only option. Our option is the light of its opposite. When we believe, we will see that light. We will be that light. And we will create a world that works. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the teaching of the science of mind, said, "We do not deny the human experience is real. What we deny is that it must continue this way." We can change the human experience by allowing our spiritual being, our spirit, our divine being, to take charge. Be led by your spirit, by the very spirit within and all around you. Be led by that. It will take you places you couldn't even imagine you could go. I've been there. And I've been back again. Spirit, whole lot better ride, let me tell you. But the human experience, the human condition, will do its darndest to pull us back in, to pull us down out of that heightened awareness, that heightened consciousness. But the truth is, we are not helpless victims, you guys. We are not helpless victims on the drama of the world stage. We are not helpless, and we need not be hopeless, because we have God-given creative capacities and power in our thought and in our words and in our actions that can literally create that world we want to live in. But we must take the responsibility for our own thoughts, beliefs, and actions. We have to be responsible and accountable for those. Change your thinking, change your life, change the world. Too many of us are thinking, I even have a bumper sticker that says this: change your thinking, change my life. Think about it. Doesn't work that way. Change my thinking, change my life, change my world. Each one of us can own that. We can be that. So where do you choose to take up residence? In victim land or victor land? You choose. The real estate's expensive either place, because this is Sarasota after all. All my realtors out there, yeah, cha-ching. But you know what? If you're going to pay a high price, it may as well be in victor land rather than victim land, right? That's what I think. It's less remodeling to do there, too. Do you want to live as one with spirit? Or do you want to live separate and alone and isolated? It's not a tough choice, guys. Not a tough choice. A New Thought minister said, "The wise man builds his house on the solid rock of truth and not on the shifting sands of instability. The foolish man, living only in sense perception, has no measure of reality and builds his home on false and erroneous concepts. The vicissitudes of fortune upset his frail building. The edifice falls about him in ruins. Truth alone endures. Truth alone endures." And the way we know truth is to go within in communion with the one Spirit. That's where you find out about truth. It's not usually on the TV news, and it's often not in social media. It is in here. If we build on that solid spiritual foundation that is already within and all around us, through a disciplined mind aligned with truth, then all aspects of our lives become unshakable, and we can withstand all the storms that may come our way in human life. On the other hand, if we build on shifting sand using an undisciplined mind that is in alignment with illusion, then we're vulnerable to the tumultuous events of human life, and we're cast about and beaten up and bruised, and it doesn't have to be that way. It's a choice. It's discipline. A spiritual foundation maintains the wholeness at our center, even in the midst of chaos and crisis. When we're building on a spiritual foundation, we hold our center even in the midst of crisis and chaos. We can have peace within even when all hell is breaking loose around us. Spiritual foundation. Build on it. That foundation being God is all there is. God is all there is, and I am one with God, and with God all things are possible. And the spiritual universe operates on the law of cause and effect. My inner thoughts, feelings, and beliefs cause my outer experience of life. As above, so below. As within, so without. It's a simple formula. Now, unity offers powerful truth teachings and principles that we can use as tools. And I'm going to confess something. Unity is not the easiest spiritual teaching in the world. It's not the easiest spirituality to be a part of. You know why? Because it requires responsibility, accountability, and discipline. Oh, our favorites. Responsibility, accountability, and discipline. Oh, we love it. Right? It's not the easiest spiritual path, but it's a good one. We reap the benefits of that responsibility, accountability, and discipline, not only for ourselves, but for the whole world. We become world makers, world shakers. And it's fun. Amazingly, responsibility, accountability, discipline can be fun. It helps us to navigate the challenges of the human condition, the human experience. And know this, here's another little confession. These are things ministers don't usually tell you. Somebody should stop me. Here's another little secret. That the further you go on the spiritual path, the narrower the path becomes and the fewer fellow travelers are on the path with you. They don't tell you that most of the time. Because, you know, we all want to have the view from the mountaintop. Who doesn't want to have the view from the mountaintop? I mean, come on, you must be crazy if you don't. But few are willing to stay the path to get there. To walk with spirit to the very top of that mountain and cast your view. The path gets narrower, the travelers fewer, but I'm here to tell you it's worth it. Keep traveling. I haven't even been to the top yet, but I can imagine. And I can imagine a lot of you, a lot of us walking it together, right? We're willing to be responsible and accountable and disciplined, especially in times of challenge. This is when we need that spiritual foundation, that center, that responsibility and discipline the most, at times of challenge. But you know what? Here's the deal. We think, oh, that'll be really hard, and in a time of challenge to have to do all that. Wrong. It actually gets easier then, because you know what? We give it all up. We give it all up. And I do mean up. Up to a higher power that is within and all around us. The path may get narrower, but you know what? The power that we understand and can utilize within and all around us becomes more powerful. It's worth it. We give it all up. You know, prayer is one of our greatest tools. It's creative. It's sustaining. It's powerful. Prayer, though, is not to show us the way out. Prayer is to show us the way in, to communion with Spirit, so that we feel that power and presence within and all around us. We know it's true, and we utilize that power and presence. We seek the power and presence of the source of all strength and creativity and good in Father, Mother, God, Spirit. It's within and all around us already. You don't even have to look for it. It's already there. There are not two powers in the universe, one that's good and one that's evil. There are not two powers in the universe. There are two ways to use the one power. We can create heaven on earth, or we can create hell on earth. We can create love and light, or we can create fear and darkness. And faith, when we move beyond hope into faith, faith navigates us beyond fear. And the light within and all around us dispels the darkness. Marianne Williamson said, a miracle is a shift in perception from fear to love. A shift in perception. Shift your perception, and the world you experience and see will look very different. The path of light embraces challenges as opportunities to know God. When you're experiencing a challenge and it feels like your darkest moment, know that the light on the other side of that is brighter than anything you've ever experienced before. Know that any challenge is a call, an invitation to know God, to know light more powerfully. Challenges then become stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks, stepping stones on the path to enlightenment. Zen teaches that obstacles and challenges are the path. Woo! What if we embrace that idea? That challenges and obstacles are the path. Then it's kind of like a video game, right? I mean, what video game is fun where there's nothing to challenge you, no obstacles of any kind? It's just, whoop, I won. Don't you feel better about the ones where I navigated this and I did that, and oh, bing, 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 I won, right? Isn't that more fun? Right. So think of those challenges and obstacles are a path to your own enlightenment, to your own ability to know God within and all around you even more powerfully. And those obstacles and challenges can be indicators to you to look within, see what's going on in there, and see if you need to make some adjustments or course corrections in order to create in your outward experience what you really want to have happen. True change and transformation is an inside-out job. You know, too often we're like, and if y'all would just behave, my life would be a whole lot better. Right? Who has not thought that? And you know what? I've tried it many times. It does not work. Here to tell you, don't waste your time. All change and transformation is an inside-out job. It comes from within. Which is good because you're right there. You know, you don't have to go searching for yourself. You're right here. You don't have to find the culprit. It's right here. So do that changing within. Change yourself. Change the world. As within, so without. Right? So, I believe that we are called from time to time to examine the trauma and the drama of our culture, of our own minds, of our own lives, to reevaluate old ways of being and that may no longer work for us. Maybe they never did. William James, right at the turn of the 20th century, wrote, "The world we see that seems so insane is the result of a belief system that is not working." A belief system that is not working. Give it up. We must die to and crucify that old belief system, that old way of being, and open to birthing and resurrecting something new in and through us. Choose mindfully the new seeds that you will plant in the soil of your mind and soul. And then pull out those old weeds, get rid of them, and nurture the new seeds. That's where your attention goes. Explore and nurture the possibilities with intention, attention, and focus. Explore what's out there, possible, because all things are possible with God. Sherry Lone says that there is a vast spiritual awakening in progress in our world. Quietly and soulfully, many are returning to the truth of who they are. If you surrender to this call from within, it may lead to a deep questioning of the way we do things. The old world will try to pull you back into its worn-out paradigms, but if you stay in peace and follow the call, your soul will begin to see truth in a deeper way. The remembrance of perfection, your own and that of others. This truth is the only freedom there really is, and its power is beyond anything the world can offer. It is your power. It can move mountains. It can heal you. It can heal the world. It's all in there. Allow yourself to embrace it, to embody it, and to become it, and share it with the world. Because we've been gifted by Spirit with unlimited creative capacity to live our lives powerfully, to resurrect our real selves into that infinite possibility and embrace it, to grab it up and become it. And the good news is it's never too late to shape or reshape our lives. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. Start with your very next thought, feeling, and belief. Start with your next breath. And I want to close with an excerpt from The Spontaneous Healing of Belief, Shattering the Paradigm of False Limits by Greg Braden. Listen to this. In the instant of our first breath, we are infused with the single greatest force in the universe, the power to translate the possibilities of our minds into the reality of our world. To fully awaken our power, however, requires a subtle change in the way we think of ourselves in life, a shift in belief. Just the way sound creates visible waves as it travels through a droplet of water, our belief waves ripple through the quantum fabric of the universe to become the healing abundance and peace or disease, lack, and suffering that we experience in life. And just the way we can tune a sound to change its pattern, we can tune our beliefs to preserve or to destroy all that we cherish, including life itself. Our acceptance of this and our knowing that we are never more than a belief away from our greatest love, deepest healing, and most profound miracles is such an awesome power. Use it wisely. Use that power wisely. As above, so below. As within, so without. Blessings on your journey of navigating above and below, within and without. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
The heart of the world beats in me now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through me now. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world. The heart of the world beats in shines through you. The song of the world sings through you now. You are the heart of the world. You are the heart of the world. The heart of the world beats in us now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through us now. We are the heart of the world. We are the heart of the world.
Linda Webb Kakaba, who wrote that song, is no longer with us on earth, but her light is still shining. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. So we have some lights shining right outside the door. There's brightness. Bring it on in. So, well, this is a interesting turn of events here. Last week we had 40 children and not enough teachers or Easter eggs. And these brilliant teachers last week, I want to honor them because last week when they realized we had more kids than almost eggs, they did a lesson on sharing. And so every child got one egg. And we managed to do that without too much upset. So brilliant. There's a light shining, and then there's a light right behind Anne here that is shining.
I've only spent just about 2 minutes with Austin. What I learned is Austin has the light of 40 children. So it's really working out well.
Good, I get it.
Yeah?
I get it. Okay.
I think he wants to tell you what he learned today.
Okay, you want to tell us what you learned?
No?
Not really? Okay. Perhaps in Fellowship Hall, he would, on a more one-on-one basis, be willing to share what they learned
He
today.
might.
All right? So let's just know that when I see children, I do not see the future. I see the present moment, which is creating the future. And so let's know that we are in the presence of the present moment, which will create a future that we will all be living in. And I believe it shines brightly, whether there are 1 or 40. And so we thank the teachers for their work, and we thank Austin for being here today and being courageous enough to be bold enough to come up here without a whole bunch of other kids. So thank you, Austin. Yeah. That's great. Thank you. I'm going to invite our chaplains and ministers to come forward, please. Our prayer chaplains, ministers are here available to you after the service for what we call a 1-minute miracle. That's a laser prayer because, truly prayer doesn't take a long time. It's just simply about knowing the truth and affirming it. And so these folks are available to you. Let's thank them for their service, please. And I also want to remind you that we do have a Wednesday evening music and inspiration service. This Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., the theme is supportive, and the music will be brought to you by Phil Lieber and myself. So please join us. It's really a wonderful time in the middle of the week to rejuvenate. So check it out. And again, a reminder that from here on out, the first Wednesday evenings will be a peace prayer vigil for Ukraine. So please join us for that as well. We have an opportunity to remind ourselves that we live in an abundant universe with a generous God. And I invite those of you who are watching on our live stream, let's wave to those folks. They're on our live stream, which is on our website, unityofsarasota.org. You just go to the services tab and you click there and go down to the service you want to watch either live or you can watch the recording later. Both Wednesday and Sunday are there. So thank you. Those you folks that are at home, there's a little tab that you can push if you choose to donate as well. You may be giving us a prayer or a blessing today, or you may be giving us some form of financial support. We appreciate whatever you give. Give it from your heart. And I would ask that you take your gift and infuse it with the power and the presence of Father, Mother, God, Spirit, the power and presence of love and light and all things positive and good. And whatever qualities of God most resonate with your soul, infuse those in your gift and know that they will travel with your gift and multiply. And for all of your gifts, we are grateful. And so let's recite our affirmation together, knowing that we are giving enough and keeping enough to enjoy, to spare, and to share. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. You will have some wonderful folks at the back of the sanctuary who will receive your gifts. We're not passing baskets any more than we have to these days, because we're trying to keep safe, but you may leave your gift there, and we thank you. I'm going to ask that we stand for our prayer for protection, followed by the peace song, and then we'll see you in Fellowship Hall. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.